Hello everybody and welcome back to DeInfluenced. I'm your host Sasha, and my goal here is to get you guys to think critically about where you're currently spending your social media currency. And I do that by exposing all the lies behind the highlight reels of today's popular influencers. Today we are talking about a brand new scamfluencer who has been brought to my attention by multiple people and is currently in the midst of a pretty heated scandal and facing potentially some pretty big repercussions. Fingers crossed, at least. So let's just go ahead and get into today's video. All right. Thank you for being here with me today. Today we are opening the door and doing a little dip the toes dive into Adrielle Sigler. Let me figure out how to say her name before I introduce her, I guess. Adrielle Sigler. Yes. Today we are dipping our toes into the lore that is Adrielle Sigler. There have been tons of people who have brought her to my attention, and recently she's being exposed for her newest scam, which is a GoFundMe scam, alleging that her son got jumped and that they need to move out of the city, and she started a GoFundMe for $30,000. $30,000 to move out of their neighborhood because their neighborhood is dangerous. $30,000. So people are here like, well, it doesn't cost $30,000 to move. Why? Today, we're going to go take a look at her socials, see who she is, what she's about, and then we're going to focus on the GoFundMe scam. If you guys want a deep dive, please let me know. I will dive my nose deep into this one because I feel like the lore is pretty deep and extensive and wild, but I want to present to you guys her latest scandal and why people are up in arms before we do a deep dive. All right, so Adrielle Sigler, who I believe is a TikTok star. Adrielle Sigler is a single mom influencer, age 33, has had multiple fundraisers to raise cash for moving homes and covering her son's braces, but critics have taken aim as she asks for donations while admitting to spending huge amounts of money. So that's just it. She's here, oh, I need money to move, we're this, we live in the ghetto, we do blah, blah, all this stuff. Yeah, goes out and buys her two brand new, iPhone 14 Pros, I believe. We'll go through it all. And that's what I can't stand. And we see that a lot with Kylie too. And a lot of these influencers, they flex like, oh, look at all this money I make on social media. I make your paycheck in an hour. I'm blah, 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 blah. All this chirping crap about how much money they make on social media. Yet then they have the audacity to go create GoFundMes or ask for donations to Cash App, to this, to that, to this, whatever the case may be. Excuse you? Did I miss something here? Did I miss the part where you earn $30,000 in an hour, in a week? I don't know what you said, Adrielle, but then are also asking for $30,000 to move? Did you make $30,000 from GoFundMe? From that scam? Like, I don't understand. I'm pretty sure that's moving money. You know, I know moving's expensive. I am there. I understand. I have recently, 2021, whatever, moved cities. I know it's expensive. And I've done that twice. So is it $30,000? No, it's not $30,000. It's first month rent, last month rent, and the moving truck. You know, and even if you have expensive rent, so we'll go with like top of the top, $2,400, that's $4,800 plus, let's say about $500-$600 for the moving truck. If you get like a budget moving truck and are moving cities, plus a little bit of gas. That's not $30,000. I'm not very good at math, but I'm still pretty sure that's under $10,000. So even if you're like, social media is my job, but we're hard up, can you just help me crowdsource some money to move out of this city because it's unsafe? I could probably be with you there. Why not? Right? Everybody needs help sometimes. We can be there, right? As a community, as people who should be taking care of each other. I can be there. But $30,000? when in the next video, post whatever, you flex that you make $30,000 in an hour on social media. Like, it's so gross. And we see it a lot with Kylie too. Oh, mom, oh, my life is so hard. But I pay my bills a year in advance. Oh, my life is so hard. Can't afford to pay the medical bills. But I paid my shit a year in advance. Like,
a TikToker is under fire for spending $17,000 in a month after asking her viewers for money to care for her kids. Single mom influencer Adrielle Sigler, aged 33, has had multiple fundraisers to raise cash for moving homes and covering her son's braces, but critics have taken aim as she asks for donations while admitting to spending huge amounts of money. Sigler said in 1 month she spent $800 on DoorDash and restaurants, $3,000 on groceries, and $1,600 on summer clothes for her kids. One TikToker said the audacity to create a $30,000 GoFundMe when she posted a video talking about how she spent $17,000.
Legit though. How dare you? Cool. Another vegan who makes people hate vegans. That's fun. So she has 916,000 followers and 16.7 million likes. And my interpretation of her is she just sits there and yells at the camera. Yep.
Oh, you're filming. What are you talking about?
No?
It sounds like you're talking this like this.
Yeah, I'm talking to my peeps. Talking to my peeps. That's why. Sounds like I'm talking to people. This is how I talk. Yo, so I filmed about that vegan teacher. I don't even remember where I was. I just got distracted for like an hour with my husband. So, hey, we're back. We're back. Okay, so we were looking at her socials. I know that much. Is she on other ones? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure she's on TikTok. And that's where she makes her bank. And obviously from running GoFundMe scams as well. Okay, so what had originally happened was she went on TikTok. She's frantic, okay? And she's like, my son, it's 5:30 and he's not home and he had to like stay after school and I don't know where he is, so I'm gonna go to the school.
My son had to stay after school. It is 5 o'clock. He's still not home. He had issues with Spanish class. He's gonna stay after to finish an assignment and leave when it's done. It's 5 o'clock. I still haven't heard from my son. He hasn't walked home. He hasn't called for a ride. I'm blowing up his phone. I don't know where he is. I called the school and no one answered. His phone goes to voicemail. I think it's up that if you have kids staying there after school, you should have your phones on at all times. You should answer the phone for parents at all times. So now I'm gonna drive to the school and see if I can find him. I'm so sick of going through this. This is probably the worst school district I've ever had an experience with.
Or the school's been locked down, everybody's been gone for an hour, and your son left and is ignoring your calls. Definitely not the school's fault that your son's not answering his phone at 5 o'clock at night when most of the staff is probably home with their families.
I can find him. I'm so sick of going through this. This is probably the worst school district I've ever had an experience with. It's 5:05. This is terrifying.
And you are probably the worst mom that the school district has ever had to deal with. So, goes both ways.
Communication is just terrible. I really hope someone answers the door. No one's in the office. No one's here. I don't know what else to do. I've exhausted my resources. I'm gonna have to call the freaking cops. Like, I'm gonna have to call the cops to find him. His phone is ringing. He's not answering. I'm losing my mind. I just want to move out of this city. I fucking hate it here.
So move.
He's not answering. I'm gonna run home and confirm he's not home. And if he's not home, I have to call the cops.
Wait, I have questions. Were you already home? Was she already home and then left and is now running back to double check that he's not home? I can't with these pause screens. But she did already check that he was not home, right? Like, she's double checking now before she calls the cops.
I just pulled over. My son is calling me. Where are you?
I'm on that street by that old school.
Okay, but where are you okay?
No, I'm not being okay. Just pick me up.
What? Where are you? He hung up. Call 911. I'm on the way. What school are you by?
911.
Where are you? What school?
No.
You say which state you live in consistently and town, and now you are stating the schools that your kid could be at, which I assume are pretty close together.
I will be right there. Call 911. I just got here and he's not here. I called 911. They said they have no one available. Where are you? I am at the school and you're not here.
I'm coming to you. Back up your car a little bit.
I had to hang up my call with 911 because they said they have no one available and I can't find my son. What happened?
So now she is doxing other people's children who allegedly jumped her son. This is one after another. These were not blurred on her channel, or are not blurred if you can find it. I'm not giving her the view. I'm giving Austin the view.
This is where my son was assaulted and almost lost his life. I thought they were in that new splash pad. They were actually right here in a very old swimming pool that once existed.
Where he was assaulted and almost lost his life. When you find out the twist in this story coming up, she's lying, it's gonna piss you off. He didn't come close to even almost losing his life. And to make those types of accusations against other people's children, but also to dramatize this for clicks, views, money, GoFundMes, is disgusting.
Existed in the 1950s. It was a very dangerous place to attack someone and jump someone.
Right.
They're surrounded by woods. They led him down here. This boy did the most damage. This boy ran off with my son's new pair of Nike Jordans. This boy kept kicking my son while he was down and ripped off my son's gold chain. My son thinks they took the chain, but in the event it fell off his neck, I'm over here searching for it. My son almost lost his life.
In the event that it fell off my son's neck. What a weird way. If I was going through this and vlogging it with you guys, which you know I wouldn't, but if I was doing this, I would be like, I don't know, just in case it fell off, just in case they dropped it. In the event it fell off my son's neck. I think she's one of the ones that thinks that the more words she says, the smarter she sounds.
Right here. He almost lost his life today. And then
She said it again. He almost lost his life today. Stop.
He was threatened that if he tells anyone who these boys are, there were 9 of them. If this kid said, if you ever tell anyone who we are and what we did, we're coming for your house tonight. I know who some of them are because my son goes to school with them and I saw them right here sitting on this porch. It slowed down. They sprinted. The minute they saw my car, they sprinted across the street, ran in the bushes. I followed them with my car. And then they finally slowed down and
She just doxed one of these kids' houses to almost 1 million people.
they said, "What?" This kid and this kid got an attitude. "What? What's going on?" I said, "You know exactly what's going on. Give me the shoes and give me his chain." Then they started to run. They ran. This one played it off longer than expected. He just was like, "Is everything okay? Is everything okay?" And it turns out he's the one who did the most damage to my son.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So she posts these 2 crazy videos, and then a couple hours after this, I believe she took her son to the ER. I'll go double check, but a couple hours after she posted those 2 initial videos, she posts the GoFundMe for $30,000, explaining that she lives in the worst school district, and she posts another video, you know, explaining everything.
I have put this GoFundMe together. The link is in my bio. Our lives are in danger. We have to move as soon as possible. I just paid my rent until September 1st. So I'm paid up until the end of August, but I cannot stay here anymore. I am in a very scary situation. A situation I hope no one ever has to be in. A situation where our lives are being threatened, our house is being threatened to be broken into. I'm in a situation where a group of young boys, some were older teenagers who were in high school, some were age 15, 16. They are waiting for my son. Some of the kids, there were 9 of them, who go to school with my son and they're threatening him in school. I have to pull my son out of school now and homeschool him. He was robbed, he was brutally assaulted, and I need to move as soon as possible. I cannot give my new location away. I'm putting a GoFundMe together. If you don't want to help, you don't have to. If it bothers you that I just want to be living somewhere safe, I don't know what else to do at this point. I just had my whole car fixed. I took my kids back to summer shopping. I paid my rent for 4 months. I am now down to X amount of dollars. I'm not going to say how much money I have left, but I'm going to tell you right now it is not enough to move. And I don't even know if I'd get approved if I apply to rent somewhere. I don't want to stay in the state of New York because teenagers do not get arrested in this state.
It might be a good state for you to stay in with your teenage felon son, allegedly. No charges yet.
They walk the streets. It's terrifying here. So I'm going to move to a different state
that teenagers aren't allowed to walk on the sidewalk.
Children accountable for committing crimes such as threats to take someone's life, assaults. I have to go back to the hospital.
Yes, actually, yes. I agree. Move somewhere that the state holds children accountable for assaults. That is a good idea.
Now, I have a family member and my son in the emergency room with a police officer looking after him. They suggested I go back.
And why aren't you in the emergency room with your son, who was brutally attacked and almost died? I would not be leaving my baby's side.
Back and look for that gold chain that may have been ripped off and thrown around in the pool, but it was not there. It was stolen. I just want to move as soon as possible because our lives are at risk.
She then goes on to reveal their names, and she already showed the front of one kid's house, and she does it multiple times and is showing them on camera too. What is she trying to accomplish here? This is awful. This is such a terrible thing to do. I don't understand how influencers think that they can lie about huge allegations like this and that the other people aren't going to speak out. You know, like Kay going on the Matt and Abby podcast being like, I was a single mom at 22 and it was scary and I was almost homeless and abusive relationship. You know how like all that was lies? I don't understand how influencers have the confidence with 1 million subscribers, followers, 10 million followers to go on camera and make false accusations or half accusations towards other people and not think that the other people are going to come out and say something about it. The audacity to do stuff like this. She is doxing children right now, manically. I don't know what world we live in. It is time to send the asteroid.
This kid in the blue shorts proudly dangling around my son's gold chain that I bought him right there.
And you know the other half truth to this? Well, it's coming up, but her son SA'd 4 girls. 4 girls. 4. SA'd 4. 4 girls. And this is why this is happening.
There, dangling the chain. So proud he found it in the grass. So happy. Him. While this kid and this kid
Names.
were brutally assaulting my son in an abandoned swimming pool in the middle of the woods. Well, they go there all the time. They're probably there.
I thought that the blue short guy was repeatedly kicking your son, not dangling around his chain and stuff. But maybe this was after her son harrowingly escaped.
No. Then, after they got done assaulting him, listen to what they said. They said, tell your mom.
Tell your mama we get around two with you. Dude's definitely telling his mom, yeah.
Oh, it's not just telling me. It's telling the whole world. Let's count. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you, the cameraman, and there was someone dressed in brown watching. Obviously, I can't show the whole thing. So there's like 11 of you, not 10. The numbers just keep going up. 11 of you. And how many?
They just keep going up and up and up. It's like, hey, Grandpa, how big was the fish? Oh, it was like a foot long. Hey, Grandpa, how big was the fish? Oh, it was like a foot and a half long. Oh, it was huge. It was 10 feet long. Like, stop it.
Any of us showing love and support for my son? I think that number is way higher than 11. So that's just a hunch. The internet does not take bullying well.
It does not. And here you are bullying children on the internet, Adrielle. It gets to a certain point where you can't defend your kids' actions anymore. I know it's hard, and I know it's a hard pill to swallow, and I know most of the time, you know, it's usually neglectful parenting, parents not having conversations with their kids and stuff like that. Sometimes it's out of the blue. Sometimes parents have no idea, and poof, shit hits the fan, right? This isn't all parents, not a generalization. But it gets to a certain point where, why are you defending your son's actions? Get him help.
world, but I'm feeling someone's gonna come forward soon.
Dude's definitely telling his mom, yeah.
The dude spectating with the bystander effect, who could have called 911, we can't forget the cameraman. I remember that name. Oh, and the cameraman. I remember going to your house when my son's AirPod Pros got stolen. The GPS led me right to your house. But most of all, the number one person in this video is my son. We're gonna get you justice. I never thought I would have to watch videos like that, but you have support, and we all love you. And just remember, the whole world will fight for you, and I'll make sure I can give you the whole world. Everyone, Mom, please like, comment, and share. This video needs to make headline news, and I will make sure of it.
The inflated ego on this human being is insane to me. And the way she's depicting it, of like her son was just innocent, just walking home. He's such a good little boy. Like he just goes to school and does his homework. And that these kids just randomly jumped him and stole a bunch. Like it's just doesn't look super close to death or almost losing his life, though. I feel like if that were the case, there might be a broken bone or two, especially if he was on the ground and kicked repeatedly, like probably some broken ribs. Right there. Yeah. Our lives have become at risk in Jamestown, New York. I'm so stressed. I'm so scared for our safety. Here's the town I live in. Oh, 2 TikToks ago, I said which schools I was next to. We have to move as soon as possible. My son was brutally assaulted May 2nd, 2024. Please help us move as soon as possible. So a little while later, someone posts on the Adrielle Sigler snark sub. The truth. Tell it. Adrielle point blank said S went to fight with his ex-best friend over a girl. Auntie asked her why did he get jumped, and the above statement was her answer. Wake up, people. She has repeatedly lied for days now, makes videos, then dirty deletes.
LLE.
And is your son having any pain, bleeding, or swelling?
He was attacked after school. 9 boys jumped him, and he went to the emergency room. They took x-rays. They gave him an RT scan, a CAT scan, and the bones are all, they all passed. His bones are all good, including his teeth, but there's a minor chip on his front tooth, and he unfortunately feels the whole right side of his face that the teeth are loose, and it's really scary. So the emergency room can't handle loose teeth, and I don't know how to help him, and I would like him to see a doctor sooner than later for his teeth, because if they're loose, there's only so much time until he can get treated.
Yes, ma'am. And I can definitely assist with this. So he has loose teeth on the left side.
Though I think it was his right side.
And is there any pain, bleeding, or swelling?
There was bleeding, yeah, and he's in pain, but he's in the other room right now. I haven't asked how his teeth are feeling today.
That's fine. And you're inquiring about the Lakewood, New York location?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That is wild. Anyway, she let it slip on a live that her son actually didn't get jumped, that he went to fight his ex-best friend. That to me is just like red flag, just like done, X out, like don't donate, don't ever give her anything. She lied about it, right? Oh, my son got jumped. She doxed 11 children, including one of their houses. And why would you support this person anymore? Why support this person? She slips up or whatever that her son actually didn't get jumped. He went to fight his ex-best friend. It was all planned, and then everyone attacked him. Federal officer's wife here. I did not want to get involved because I knew this girl was unhinged and lying, or is unhinged. However, Adrielle, I am the one on TikTok whose husband is a federal agent. 2 of the boys' mothers reached out to us for advice today. If I were you, I would drop this because from the information we were given today, you are about to find yourself in a world of trouble, all behind you trying to scam people out of $30,000. If you have any questions, feel free to inbox me. Your actions have opened up a Pandora's box that you can't shut now. Your son will have some charges that will follow him the rest of his life if you don't stop lying and scamming. This was a planned fight because of what your son had done to someone's sister allegedly. Fair warning. There you go. She's been warned by many of her followers. At this point, she deserves everything that is coming to her. I don't feel bad that her kid, especially her son, will have to deal with the consequences too. Remember, she's only doing this to look good and cover up her lack of parenting and discipline. She has made it known publicly how much she hates having to be a mother. Classy. So I would love to learn more about this. I hope those other parents press charges, especially that girl that S allegedly hurt. My guess is she already did, since Adrielle was talking about needing a lawyer a few weeks ago. Things are going to hit the fan. She's trying to gaslight by trying to make like these boys are just a bunch of thugs, but the blame is squarely on her and her kid. Her horrible parenting and S for hurting a girl. I can't wait to see her get in trouble legally for this.
My 14-year-old son's assault has become a Sandy Hook conspiracy theory. It's sad the world we live in right now does not provide victims with justice, and that individuals would rather trivialize someone's trauma and harm than support their recovery and healing. Well, I put a GoFundMe together, and we have received tremendous support. I'm going live right now. We will continue to receive tremendous support. And it's almost gut-wrenching to me that I have been someone. I am guilty of this. I have been someone who has tagged along the bandwagon of conspiracy theories. And I can now say, I understand how those families felt. And I truly, deeply regret ever participating in a conspiracy theory. This culture with confirmation bias and fireback argument is so scary. But click the pink circle. I'll see you soon, and thank you for everyone who sends gifts.
To say it to garner sympathy and empathy votes towards you and your cause and your son, for your social media clout, to save face and to dramatize a thing that your son instigated is just the worst. You are straight trash, and I am so happy your GoFundMe got shut down and that you're kicked out of it, and I hope that TikTok wakes up and kicks you off their platform.
This form on my behalf. This is TikTok legal. The website is right here. I have been blackmailed for almost 2 weeks straight by another creator who saw an opportunity to profit from my hate gifters. I'm a TikTok creator. I participate in TikTok Live Match rankings, and this creator discovered he will make a lot of money if he can accrue a group of angry haters, people who hate Adrielle, and as a result, he profited $17,000 in 1 month from hate gifts. That excludes all of the money he gained from his 1 minute long videos, which was thousands of dollars. This guy's made about 20 grand in 1 month off of blackmailing me. He told me if I don't battle him every day for 2 hours, that he's going to have my house swatted by police on a daily basis. He's going to have my main account and backup account banned from TikTok. And then he's going to have my live access permanently banned from both of my TikTok accounts. He will pay someone who I believe is a TikTok employee. Last night, I decided to just ignore him and do my own thing. As a result, he started threatening me again. He followed through with those threats and had both of my accounts banned. I submitted an appeal. Both of my accounts were restored, and I chose to have my main account deactivated until this gets resolved. No one should feel cheated out of their platform, and nobody should get blackmailed on this app. I feel that I've been robbed. I had to force getting along with this person, fake making up with him, and fake liking him every single day for 2 hours on TikTok Live. I told him he makes me uncomfortable. I told him I'm not comfortable, and I do not agree to live stream with him anymore because he has a girlfriend. He wouldn't take no for an answer. And as a result, he blackmailed and extorted me. So I complied. And when I quit complying, he got my accounts banned. I cropped his name out of these screenshots because this person is a criminal who doesn't deserve any attention. I've contacted my TikTok manager, and I will not stop raising attention to this until something gets done. I should feel free to post my content. I should feel free to live stream without another creator threatening me, blackmailing me, and holding my own time over my head. He got his money. He got everything he wanted. Now he needs to leave me the fuck alone. I need as many people as possible
I don't understand how she has almost 1 million followers when she's constantly doing stuff like that. How can you trust anything this woman ever says ever? And this isn't the first controversy that she's been a part of. I remember seeing her months ago, and I don't even remember what her controversy was months ago. Again, we could do a deep dive because it goes deep, but she has done response videos, like I said, where she's like yelling at you and scolding you, but not even looking at you and stuff like that. And it's just, I don't get it. I don't get why people keep letting these types of people get away with scamming like this. Why? Give your social media currency to someone who deserves it, not these trash people who dramatize everything for clicks and views and don't actually care about who they harm in the process. Just the fact that she lied and doxed all these kids and made them seem like they were the thugs and told their names to almost 1 million people, what town they live in and what school they go to, because it's probably one of the 2 schools that she named. That's insane. To make her following think they're just a bunch of thugs who just went. How can you possibly not stop and think, hey, this is dangerous for these children, deserving or not, in her little brain of they beat my son up so they deserve to be whatever. No, you're sitting here crying on a live or on a TikTok or whatever, so you go and dox 11 children. That just tells you what kind of person she is. A selfish, narcissistic asshole. Plain and simple. The only one she cares about is herself. The only reason she cares about that is because it makes her money, for some godforsaken reason on TikTok. Question everything, guys. Everything. All the time. Especially when the stories change so quickly. When something is so over dramatic and you're seeing it on your For You page, it's probably been over dramatized because these people know what goes viral and what's going to hit the algorithm. Be careful not to fall prey to it, to scams online. And it sucks because there are legitimate GoFundMes that are created for people that actually need help, for people that are actually suffering. And they use social media to promote that. People who need surgery. But then you have these assholes who start GoFundMes when they don't need it to take advantage of their innocent, unfortunately gullible following. They ruin it for everyone else, for the people who actually do need help, for the ones that aren't scams. People like this, like Kylie, like Brittany Dawn, all the people who scam like this ruin it for people that need actual help. And it's really sad and toxic and awful. I don't know what the point of this is. I feel like it's probably rage bait or something. I don't know, because people are commenting because it's wild. Remember a couple months ago when I asked, do you think there's going to be a shift to people wanting to be infamous versus famous? And the problem with that is that people can't help themselves because it's so frustrating and it's so enraging that people make comments. But that's engagement, right? That boosts into the algorithm. The thing is, like, I don't know how people don't see this. And sure, give her the boost into the algorithm. Like, weird, she talks oddly. But, like, this person didn't start following her, right? Like, please don't follow her if you're... Know what I mean? I don't know how she got almost 1 million followers, whatever they're called. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. But watch this video. This is the one I was telling you about where she's scolding us, but she's not even looking at us. It's so funny. Because it's just like, you don't even sound... Okay.
Makes criminals uncomfortable looking them in the eye. You know what makes
You're not looking us in the eye. Know what makes criminals uncomfortable? Looking them in the eye.
criminals second guess their actions? Looking them in the eye. You think I'm talking strangely? Acting strangely?
She's staring
My
at
behavior is
herself.
odd? I want those children to see the anger in my eyes. I'm beyond sad. I'm furious. Now I'll talk to each
can't.
single one of them without even blinking. That story about my father was from the year 2014. And it's so sorry that happened to him. You think I'm slurring? You think I'm acting strange? You want to start spreading rumors about me like you spread about my son? I know you watch me, and I want you to know I see you. I know those kids watch me on here, and I know they're threatening me every day, and I see them. Every time I think about those kids, the threats they made to my son, the assault my son went through, I get put into a fight or flight. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm so angry, I can't even blink. You think this is fake? You think this is a scam? You think this is staged? You think I'm living some bougie life? Yeah? This is all for money? I'm on my way to my son's dentist appointment. This is my house. It's not a mansion. I don't care about things like this. I can get by. I'm down to earth. I'm humble. It doesn't take like a brand new remodeled house. I'm obviously like, I love how people are saying this is a scam when I have fucking drop ceilings. Like, yes. Oh yes. I have so much money with my apartment that has drop ceilings.
She's lying to scam people, to get more people on her side, to get people angry, to elicit an emotional response in people, because that's what pays, right? But then she posts stuff like this. When you live in a city where the average annual income is $30,000 and make the average person in this town's weekly paycheck in 1 hour, it gets dangerous. So I need to move ASAP. So now she's flaunting how fast she makes money, yet here you are. I'm a streamer with over 1 million subscribers among my platforms. My TikTok earnings are public because my ranks and diamonds are public. I am in the top 230 of all influencers on the platform of TikTok with over 1 billion users. I live in a small town called Jamestown, New York. Thank you for informing us where you live, where the average annual income is $30,000. Crime is 1 in 28. 30% of families live in poverty, and the public school district has a 1.3 star rating. My son was jumped and robbed walking home from school. The criminals premeditated this. They have spread vicious rumors about my son because my income is public, and they think they actually have a chance to sue us over false allegations. Because of these pathetic white trash, total deranged scumbags who live in the slums or crack dens, my son's life is at risk, and false rumors have spread like wildfire. We need to move as soon as possible, but we have had a difficult time finding a new home in a safe city with a safe school district. I need help moving out of this small town full of white trash as a local celebrity in a town full of people who are jealous because their life is one big struggle. I need to move now. I am surrounded by criminals, drug dealers, and thieves. Help us find a place now. Yo, I don't understand. I don't understand. Why? Why would you post this? Why would you type this and not think maybe I shouldn't? She really thinks bragging about all the money she makes is going to get people to want to give her money. This lady has lost her effing mind if she thinks this post is going to help her cause. Covering the last month. Let's begin at the beginning, or from when she was discussing what happened to her son. The one thing, so thank you, Pondering Pundit. Thank you. The one thing that could not be shared online. Hopefully we know what this is. I do not want publish much about it. Suffice it to say, the things she had to meet with the PD about and the things she wanted a lawyer for. Oh, okay, yeah. This was around the same time as the pediatrician debacle. If what we all heard is true, this would account for her current paranoia. She is waiting to get the call from Jamestown PD for her son being investigated for these things. Of course, she has been on high alert. Of course, she wants to flee town. This is also why she thought the PD was hacking her phone, why she thought the JW were undercover. But she has not only been scared of the law, but that someone might hurt she or her family over it. This is why the story changed from undercover to criminals. She knows the town hates her. She is paranoid the law or family of the girls is coming for justice. The town is probably waiting for the PD to take the allegations seriously, and when nothing happened, the boys made a plan. Maybe. She knew something was about to happen, which is why her car trouble threw her off so much, why there is a fake GoFundMe for braces, and why she was trying to raise money for a lawyer or to skip town. She is not a rational actor, as we all know. Think back, this time was the same time she stopped battling because she was so depressed. Depression due to weight. It was not weight on her body, but weight on her mind. Good pickup. Then something changed. She was back to battles, singing in the bar, bragging about how good life is as a stay-at-home mom. Maybe she got the word from the police that they did not have enough evidence to charge him, or maybe she thought ignore it and it will go away. Really works. Then bam, boom, bang, here we are. Yeah, definitely sends ignore it vibes for sure. Girl, I was down at the hospital because my sister was the one who got stabbed in Falconer the other day. And we were down there and she came in freaking out, going berserk, saying, do you want me to go find those kids and hurt them? And he's like, no, I don't want you to do nothing. And she kept babying him like, you okay? Okay, like, no, I'm not okay. And she's like, where's your necklace? And he's like, I don't know, they took it. She's like, that's a $15,000 necklace. I'm like, bitch, please, she's full of it. But no, she left and came back and said that she found these kids and she was nonstop threatening to go beat their asses and everything. Here's another description of what happened as well. And it's really sad to see, I don't know, to see a platform not take down or not demonetize these kinds of accounts, you know. And it makes it really scary because, like, people lying through their teeth, especially when it involves other people, it's one thing to lie about your own life or stuff that only will affect you. But if you're making these crazy allegations against children and you're threatening children, like, even other people, other adults, people who aren't involved, people who aren't on social media, and you're name dropping or you're just making it obvious who you're talking about or whatever, it's not okay. It's not okay because those people get a lot of hate. And what she did is so dangerous for everyone involved. And it's just absolutely the trashiest thing I've ever seen. And then here's one of the boys involved. No one wanted to rob your son. He essayed my little sister. He got what he deserved. You lie too much. Your son essayed 4 girls. This didn't just happen out of the blue. He wanted to fight. So we did. Then he got jumped. So that's why S got jumped. So the real victims are them 4 girls. And that's why people are pissed. She lied about the whole context. She made herself and her son the victim, and these 4 girls have no justice yet. And this boy and Adrielle have not suffered any backlash or any consequences yet. She was just on TikTok live during this recording, making bank. Every time someone sends a rose or anything, she makes money off of that stuff. Please be smart with your social media currency. It is valuable and it keeps people like her going. Now I know you guys obviously aren't going and supporting her. Maybe some of you did. Maybe someone got de-influenced today. Who knows? But be smart about who you give your social media currency to. It is so important. That is all I have for today, guys, though. Let me know if you do want to go into a deep dive. We can for sure do that. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Have you heard of her before? Yes, no. Are you de-influenced from her now? Please tell me you are, because she sucks. And she is a scam artist. The newest addition to our Scamfluencer series. Welcome, Adrielle. Welcome to the Scamfluencer Club. In all seriousness, guys, she's toxic, and you kind of stop and think, like, there can't be someone who's more trash than the Bashams. And then Adrielle's like, hold my beer, I'm coming. At the end of the day, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you are having a fantastic, amazing, epic day wherever you are in the world, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.